Myles, give us some insight into really what the impasse is between Democrats and Republicans and how we got to this point.
Yeah, so this really came down to a showdown between Democrats and Republicans. It's a political standoff with the Senate failing to pass a temporary extension of funding. What we know is that Democrats blocked a Republican plan, saying it didn't include health care provisions, and these were critical provisions that they said they wanted to extend subsidies as it related to the Affordable Care Act. Now, Republicans, including President Donald Trump, refused to make those concessions, and the government shut down at midnight Washington time. What we know is that this has a big effect globally, money and markets front and center, with the shutdown meaning that some of this economic data, key economic data, whether it be the jobs numbers or inflation reports or GDP, all will take some time to come out, and that's because the folks who prepare those economic reports have been furloughed. Among the 750,000 government workers who will be without a job because of this. Now, what we know is that those statistics, of course, don't just drive decisions in Washington, but they have a major effect globally, and investors globally are relying on those signals as they make key decisions. They use those signals to gauge the direction of U.S. interest rates, of course, as well, and without them, the Federal Reserve has less guidance, which, of course, means that markets are going to be partially flying blind as all of this continues. But, U.S. government operations will continue around the world. They'll be disrupted in some instances, but they will largely continue. Consular services, visa services will continue, as well as counterterrorism assistance and assistance programs across Africa and the Middle East as well. So this could drag on for quite some time. The last one lasted for 5 weeks. We'll see how long this one lasts.
Yeah, Myles, can you give us some precedent, historical precedent, if you can? It's been 7 years since we saw the last shutdown. What could we potentially see with this one?
Yeah, let's take you back to 2018 and 2019, the last time that we had a government shutdown in the United States. It lasted 5 weeks. Both sides were dug in there as well. But this will have to end with concessions, to Democrats having to give up something and the Republicans having to give up something as well. But the Democrats are certainly dug in as it relates to those Obamacare and health care subsidies. They want to see no cuts to Medicare and Medicaid. And so if that doesn't happen, you could see this drag on for some time. Very early on, Democrats came to the table and said that they wanted to meet with President Donald Trump. He initially said he was not interested in meeting with them. Then began the days of talks, and then it led to where we are today, the government actually shutting down at the strike of midnight Washington time. It'll take those concessions in order to get this fixed. And, we knew that this shutdown was going to happen because Mike Johnson, the House Speaker, decided to send his body home, which meant that once the Senate passed or worked on that stopgap measure, no matter which way it went, pass or fail, there was never going to be a way for the House to vote on it. This will take some days, and unfortunately, because of that, that means that the government is shut down, and 750,000 people who work for the federal government have no jobs, will have no paycheck come time to be paid.